see your body drift, side to side, like this. Let me see your body move, to the beat, to the groove. Let me see your body drift, side to side, like this. Let me see your body move, to the beat, to the groove. Still in the game, won't retire. Keep going, I don't feel tired. Too much energy, I feel wide. Do it right the first time. Energy, I feel why. Do it right the first time.
DC. Welcome to the week. It is Monday, April 29th, and we are back. It is the end of the month. Amen. Hallelujah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's been a long month.
It's like almost halfway through the year. Freaking out a little bit.
Is it?
I'm ready for May. Come on, May.
Come on. Don't rush away my year.
First of all, because April's bipolar. It's been summer, winter, spring, and fall.
But it's supposed to be that way.
Right. You should really relate to April.
It's for the birds. April's for the birds.
Well, how you doing over there, DJ Willful?
I'm all right.
You good?
Doing okay.
All right.
Feeling Monday?
Yeah, I got the Mondays.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll fix it.
I think this is I don't know if it's because we are changing into like it's that slow. We talked about the retrograde last week, right?
Is that over?
Done.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I think maybe it's that we're coming out of it a little bit. Is that maybe what it is?
We're all retrograde hungover.
Yeah, I feel
or
a little
hungover
bit
from our birthdays.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
probably more
That's
accurate.
probably what it is. And I actually considered, I really was thinking about bringing, like, again, a bottle of Prosecco. And then I was like, that's probably not a good idea.
Why not?
Well, I didn't know. Well,
You're
first of all.
you don't drink like we drink, so we're actually, like, tired of drinking now.
We'll actually finish
They act
an
like
entire
they drink
glass.
so much. They are lies.
But we drank one day a lot for me, and now
Yeah.
I'm, like, hungover for 5 days.
Yeah. And you all started before me.
Y'all need to get over it. We need to be
We're
drunk.
worn out. We're worn out. We're worn out. But
Starting to see it in my face. A little puffy.
Oh my gosh. I love your bow. Speaking of your
she's
face.
so cute today.
Isn't she
This is
adorable?
from BFF Lauren,
It's very cute.
and she's like a bow queen. So I was like, I want a bow, and so for my birthday, she sent me a bow.
It fits where you are in your life right now. It's
on. I
very
think
much
so.
like, I'm a housewife.
I'm Mrs. Maisel. I'm a housewife who's fucking hilarious.
I don't know who that is.
Mrs.
What?
Maisel's on
How have
Amazon
you not
Prime.
seen Mrs. Maisel? It's like the best show ever created.
Because
I don't know.
You haven't seen it either?
I don't know if it's the best show ever created. I mean, it's all right.
No.
Just
I'm
tell me
telling
what it's
you-
about.
I'm
Get me
okay.
interested. Get me interested.
So it is a housewife from, is she from the 50s? I'm looking at Mother because she knows details better than me. You all know I don't pay attention to anything, but she's from the
That's the
50s.
truth.
She's married to this guy, and they have 2 beautiful children. She's like the best wife ever. She literally wakes up in the morning to
Does
reapply
everything.
her makeup before her husband wakes
Oh,
up.
you know what? I
so
did
he
see
thinks
the-
that
Yeah.
that's how she
Oh
wakes
my
up.
gosh.
Yeah.
She wears bows like you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And
did see
then
this,
her husband
like,
announces
preview.
that he's leaving her, and he's cheated on her with his secretary, and she just...
So it's basically just like 1950.
Well, right, but
Oh, okay.
she gets super drunk one night and high, and then ends up at a comedy club in her nightgown, where
Oh.
that she then
This is like
realizes
something I need
she's
to
funny.
binge watch. Is
So
this
then
the first
she just
season?
starts working at
She
the
starts
comedy
doing
club?
comedy.
Second?
I think they have 2 seasons.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
2 seasons now. Yeah, so you
So
need
we
to
can
binge watch.
I feel
all
like
of it.
certain
Yeah.
things I feel like are binge
Yes.
worthy because you
I
want to
couldn't
just keep
stop.
going.
Yeah.
I could be
Okay.
into that.
Okay.
I could
Maybe
not
we can
stop.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
So her
Okay.
husband, though, was the one who was trying to be a comedian initially.
Oh.
And then...
In the 50s?
And she's
Yes,
like, F you,
but-
I'm funnier than you.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And then he got really mad because he was like, what
Right.
do you mean you're funnier than me? And I'm like, to be fair.
Okay, so we okay. So I will make a point to
Watch Mrs.
when
Maisel.
I'm going to be out of town.
Do you want to
and
borrow my bow?
I
So
will-
you feel like
Do you
more
wanna
insurance?
borrow
No.
No, I wore enough bows and top knots like my entire life.
Dance life?
Yeah, that I don't want any more bows in my
Maybe
head.
that's why I wanted a bow again from
Probably.
dance.
That's
days.
probably why. No, I have had enough bows in
If
the
I
top of
start
my head.
wearing leotards everywhere, you guys better watch
I will
out.
stop you. We will stop her.
But is it
That's
funny?
not
Is
that
it funny?
far off, though.
It's hilarious.
She wears leggings all the time.
Like,
No, no,
it's
no,
hilarious.
no. They're
And
different.
And
Oh,
Jay,
leotard,
so I
like
will
the
tell you,
one-
Jay loves it.
That and
Beast.
like she
Yeah.
doesn't know. See, she said it's
I'm
close
like, you
to
already
leggings.
wear
No,
workout
it's-
pants all the time.
no.
It's the same.
Always.
It's
dance
not.
skin
Yeah.
is very different.
It is.
than a yeah.
I'm not thin enough to wear dance
The,
skin right
the
now.
fluffy person over here has never danced, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Fluffy people
She
can't do what they
dances,
do.
I guess.
Well,
just
there have been a few things. I guess this has been kind of a busy weekend. Well, let's see. So out there, so it is the end of April, right?
Yep.
We got the whole Avengers Endgame madness going on out in the world.
Did you see it?
Yes, ma'am. Of course I did. Yes.
Hold on one second.
What?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
What?
Can I just do a PSA real quick? Somebody posted this on
Sure.
Facebook, and my spirit.
What did
felt-
somebody put a like what?
Everybody in the world that's posting spoilers. First of all, I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but if you're posting spoilers for
Oh.
Game of
It's
Thrones,
just
I don't
you're
watch that
posting
either.
Spoilers for Endgame, you're a fucking asshole. Okay. Just know this about yourself. You
There was
an
I
asshole.
wish Sil was here tonight. There was a I guess
do that?
apparently there was a maybe you know DJ Will. I don't know if he's a football player or somebody that was I guess tweeting
In the
like
movie?
all this
Live
stuff.
tweeting?
Well,
No.
they of course because he's like a
didn't hear that.
celebrity. He saw it like a
Before,
day before,
yeah,
and then he was like tweeting
unacceptable.
like comments, you know, as if like he was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, but throughout the whole thing, and then all of his followers were
You
like
know-
mad. But then here's my issue with that.
Go ahead.
Stop following. I mean, like from the moment that you post, you see one
Yeah,
thing.
but it's already
cut it
happened.
off.
is if you're scrolling through your Facebook feed
You can't
with
control
you cannot control that.
Stop reading it.
I agree with that.
Stop reading it.
The thing is,
Stop reading it.
I can't be on Facebook because there's a lot of fucking assholes on Facebook posting spoilers, and I think you guys are mean and ridiculous, and I hate
Yeah.
you.
Well, I did see the
I
movie.
feel like
I'm not going to tell anybody about it. I won't even tell my own daughter about it if she hasn't seen it yet. But because it was great. It
Brett,
was great.
Are you friends with the person who posted something on?
Oh, there's several people that
Well,
I'm like,
you know what we should do?
You're done.
We should go to their house on their kid's birthday party and like stomp on the cake or something. You know, get them back. This is for Avengers.
Because
like
you
that
ended
plan.
my end game. I'm going to end yours.
So I legit wanted to do like a Facebook Live, and I wanted to tell anybody, I'm like, if you've posted a spoiler, like just delete yourself. I'm not gonna go searching for you so I can find the spoilers, but I want you off my feed. So be gone.
You
So
know
this
it's
is
gonna
my
be the
Facebook
next-
Live.
It
If
is
you're
wrong.
watching and you follow me on Facebook, get your ass off my Facebook. Unfriend me. I don't want to be friends with you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This is why I can't. This is why I can't drink alcohol. Every time I drink alcohol, I unfriend at least 100 people from Facebook.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I hate her. He's terrible.
That's
I
a
was like,
spiritual
Well,
cleanse.
first of all,
It is until you wake
we're
up and
not
you're
going to
like,
even. This is a whole nother segment, but let me just end with this so we can go to break for just a second so we can get into the real show. But that's because these two right here are two friendly bobs. Okay,
we are. We're friends
I
with
like
everyone.
8 friends
I get
on Facebook.
friend
That's so
requests, and literally it will say you have one friend in common, and it's usually one of
them.
these two.
It's definitely
See,
Britt. Britt is way more
And
friendly
here's
on
the thing.
Facebook.
Here's the thing. The person that it is, they don't know him either.
No. That's
true.
No, they just friendly bobs.
I get
just
people
friendly
in my
bobs.
inbox like, so and so friended me, and you're the only friend we have in common. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't control what other people do, but I don't know them. Accept at your own risk. Sorry,
No.
You are friends with everybody on
I am
Facebook.
a
No.
friendly Bob.
They're
I'm about
like-
to
it's
unfriend
like
some of y'all. I'm about to
Allie-
be unfriendly Bob up
I'm
in this
not.
piece.
She
Mean
goes-
Bob.
It's what? Alibaba, Johaba from South
Basically.
Bahrain.
Right,
and Britt's
random.
friends with them.
Random.
Yeah.
And then we're pulled into
1000%.
it. Absolutely. And
The
then
problem is the people I actually know that's posting the spoilers. Like
Oh.
y'all supposed to know better.
yeah. Well,
Well,
so
you
let-
should have more of those other friends.
They're
My non-friend friends?
No, just make it all stop. But you guys, it was great, and it proved the hype. And you know, as a fan, so I might be a little biased. I will say though, for you guys, if you're going and you've never, I'm not telling you anything about them. You should know I'm a vault. Whatever.
I'm a vault.
I am a vault.
We have this tradition. So as a team, you know, Jace plays
Yeah.
basketball. Last year, as a team, we saw Infinity War together. So I won't get to see it until this weekend
that's
because
okay.
it's
Well, just make sure
So
like
I
the people
gotta
that are
wait.
near. I'm not telling you nothing.
Okay, good.
And so, but if you have never watched any of these movies,
Catch
and,
up.
and you think you're gonna go, if you're just going to like support your husband, support your girlfriend, support your wife, and your kids, and you just want to go there and you gonna take a nap, that's fine. But don't go expecting to be caught up. Meaning, do not sit next to a person who has watched all
Every
of the
single
Avengers
movie.
and ask
Yeah.
them about
100
who
questions.
everybody is.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
I'm
Can
so
I-
That's all.
glad
That's
you
all.
said that
But
because
can
you know
I-
what I spent the weekend doing?
Yeah.
Watching
Yeah.
all the Marvel
If
movies.
you want- if you
catching
really
up,
wanna
'cause
know
I
for
wanna
yourself,
know because I
yeah.
know this is the last of the franchise.
Well, it's not the last of the
They always
franchise.
say
I will
that.
say that.
oh okay.
If you
I
go,
thought it was the end.
no, they got 9 more. But
What
between
about-
now and like 2024.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, we're good. We're
All
good.
the movies are really good.
However, but please, if you that's a good idea. Familiarize yourself if you,
can
are
rent it off of
truly
Amazon,
trying
some
to
of them
know.
on Netflix. You can do a
Yeah.
free trial for a PlayStation View for 5 days and binge watch. That's what I'm doing.
What-
It's free.
But if
What
you're
if
not trying to know,
I-
it's okay.
Can I just
It's a
text
long
you if I have questions during the movie? Because
Sure.
you're not at the movie.
No, yeah, you can text me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not rude.
Yeah, that's not rude.
Well, except for the person that's sitting next to you and the light.
But
comes
the
on your
light,
phone
I'll
and
I'll
you're-
dim it all the
Glare
way
on
down. They
Netflix.
won't even
Sit in the
notice.
very
Just
back row,
hold
you're
it
good.
down like underneath
You'll
your.
be
Yeah.
okay.
Put it on your vagina.
Okay.
Well, speaking
No one should be looking there.
Vagine.
The screen's up here. That was too
apparently
much.
you've never met my vagina.
That was too much. And
All
we
right.
need to go to break, right? That was a lot.
We do need to go to break, but we'll be right back. Quick break, and we'll get into good things.
I was like, well, I don't know what else.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Good Things DC. And of course, we are back right here in our home live at WLVS Radio in the Listen Vision Live studios. And, one thing that I think as we kind of start to transition, into, we're in spring officially.
Yep.
And, soon we'll be into summer. But
Did we just start spring in April or
March.
March.
So it's a little over a
Been a
month.
while.
Oh, spring is annoying.
But you know what? The thing is that what is spring about? What do we think about when we talk about spring? We think about
Flowers.
renewal. No.
Oh, no.
Change.
Cleaning.
Change.
Spiritual-
Flowers. Yes,
That
there's
is
flowers.
not
Yes,
what
there
I
is
think
flowers.
about at all.
However,
flowers.
well,
rainbows.
the thing is that every season there is a change. So, sometimes it's not months, but like this time of year is when I guess because also having children, we're thinking about
Spring
school,
break.
yeah, spring break. School's about to be out soon. It's
Praise
really
God.
not that many weeks until the end of the school year.
true.
About maybe 6. There's also, for some people, well, I guess depending if you have to deal with like a fiscal year in, which usually
year.
is, all that wonderful stuff. But it is a changeover, as well as the things that summer brings, different types of
The heat.
Yeah, people
You
who
know.
don't wear deodorant. I
Come
can't
on,
wait.
son.
People who don't shave their armpits. People who sweat profusely and let it slide onto you at restaurants.
Well,
It's gross.
or try on clothes.
Yeah,
and forget
it's gross.
that. Yeah. Okay,
Don't be
sorry.
gross.
That's not where we're going with this.
No,
However,
no.
please. What we are doing is that I want to take just a couple of minutes because this is something that I think that we have we've kind of indirectly kind of talked about here on the show. We've kind of indirectly talked about it with
Vaginal
a couple
steaming.
of guests. No, not
Okay.
that. However, we have talked about what it means to really either one.
I'm sorry, DJ Will.
It's okay.
He's
I can
all
always
right.
learn. I can always learn.
He's always,
It's true.
he's the man of the house. He's
gosh.
understanding now. But have you guys thought about, we spend a lot of time trying to resolve why we are who we are, what we are, and why we do what we do, and why we are where we are. We try to absolve of the things that we don't like about it. We try to kind of put it into a little box of, well, you know what? I should be this, and I haven't gotten there yet. So how can I still make myself be this? But, you know, the further that I know I've thought about this, it's kind of been more of like, well, why am I still trying to be this? Why don't I just try to be something else better? So instead of resolving, evolving. And I think that there's something to be said about this. And, you know, I was listening to I guess what do you want to call it? It's kind of like a podcast, but she's like a kind of a therapist. And, you know, she references that, you know, one thing that people always try to identify with is the whole idea of a butterfly and the whole concept of a butterfly, and that you start as, you know, this caterpillar and you go into this chrysalis phase and then you become this butterfly. However, you know, at the end of it, basically what she's saying is basically fuck being a butterfly, because it's not so much about becoming.
She said, "Stay a caterpillar."
No, but it's not about as people becoming everything that is expected. So a caterpillar is expected to become a butterfly. They are expected to go through their life cycle as they are supposed to and develop as they're supposed to, as we have, you know, been shown, and then, you know, go live their life, right? However, I think sometimes we pattern ourselves after ideals that we have been told and programmed with, and then we're continually trying to fit inside of that resolve, as opposed to, okay, you know what, maybe that resolve doesn't work, maybe those ideals don't work.
You mean like trying to have a job at 33 when you don't want one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or because you went to for training for something or to school for something,
Right.
and that's
I
what
think
you
that's
spend your
supposed to
time
be your
and your
career.
money, that's what you're supposed
Yeah.
to do.
Or you spent 10 years in a certain industry and
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
don't want to be in that industry,
Yeah.
but you're like, I've spent all this time.
because somebody else has
I've
that
invested.
probably expectation of you.
Well, there's so many expectations, right? The expectation to buy a house, the
Absolutely.
expectation to have a family, the expectation to get married, and that doesn't fit for everyone.
Right.
But I think, you know, I think as men, I think it's a little bit easier on you, because if it's seen in the workplace, if you guys don't get married until you're in your 40s,
Right.
you know, you're a bachelor living the life.
Yeah.
If we don't get married until we're in our 40s, you're
What's
an old
wrong
maid
with
that
her?
has cats.
But that,
You
but you
know?
know what? But that idea has even evolved, you know,
It's gotten
because it
better.
wasn't
Yeah.
always that way for men either. Because
No.
I do think that, you know, there was always the ideal, and I think some ideals are different depending on where you live and where you're from,
Culturally,
and
yeah.
culturally, and all of those kinds of things, and generational and all of that. But yeah, it's like, why, you know, and getting into that point, and you know, are we holding our own selves back
Right.
because we are so set on trying to absolve why we haven't resolved to be that particular person, instead of saying, you know what, I get that I was supposed to
Right.
be right here, and this is what I thought that I was supposed to be, and this is even what I thought I wanted. Because I think we don't give ourselves enough credit to say, you know what, I thought this is what I wanted. I thought this would be the best thing. But when I got there, I realized, you know what, I
Not it.
don't like it.
What I'm hearing, what you're saying, is you're hearing the word. What I keep hearing flashing in my head is the word acceptance.
Yeah,
Like it kind of accept where you are. You don't necessarily have to be happy with it.
exactly.
Like if you're the caterpillar, accept being the caterpillar.
Right.
Know that eventually you might become the butterfly.
Right.
Maybe if you do certain things, but right now you're the caterpillar. Appreciate the traits that you have as a caterpillar.
Right.
Right.
And eventually, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
things might change for you.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And although, you know, there are times I think that it's just natural human nature to kind of feel like, man, I did, like you said, you know, you spend time in a career, you spend not just time but vested, you know,
Right.
energy,
and,
money,
yeah,
and
schooling,
all
and-
of that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and it's hard. I think it's really hard to step back and be like, well, hell, you know,
because you don't want that to feel like that time was in vain or it was
That's
for not, you know what I mean? It
Absolutely.
was for nothing.
But have you, you know, if we, I think, spend more energy and really take a minute, like you said, and think about, okay, where am I at right now? What's important to me right now? Because what's important, I can tell you personally, what's important, and at the top of my list right now isn't the same as it was 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
And, you know, even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I think, and that in itself is evolution. That's
Yeah.
a self-evolution. So if we can kind of accept those things about ourselves, why are the other things so hard?
That's
You
right.
know, I'm sure, you know, society plays a huge role in that, and you know, other people, you know, whether you feel like your parents are going to let you, you know, or
Well,
that you
and-
let down your parents if they, you know, helped you with this or that, or you know, whatever the case might be.
It's protecting your energy too. The people that you surround yourself with day in and day out is going to reflect directly back on the actions that you take in your life.
Correct.
And I think that on days that we want to be in a bad mood and we want to be down on ourselves,
Right.
we have those friends that we call.
Absolutely.
And then on days that we want to be positive, we also have that friend that we call. And I think, you know, if we can change our mindset and wake up every day, and that's the problem is people wake up without an intention.
Yeah.
And so when you set an intention every single day, then you're gonna your
but
day
let's be
will
clear,
evolve.
an intention can just be, you know what?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on my couch
right.
today,
or
and that's
I'm
okay.
gonna not, you know, I'm not gonna say a negative thing about myself today. I mean, it can be
Yeah.
really
Anything.
anything.
This conversation makes me think of this post that I saw. Y'all know I be on Instagram all the time. But it makes me think of this
She
post
literally
I saw
is on there all day.
Oh, I had to. You know, you can
She's
go
on there for
in
me.
and like set an alert, and it'll pop up and be like, "You've been on Instagram for 20 minutes today."
I did not know that.
So I give myself
my
these reminders because I don't want to be. I don't want to spend too much time. But I
Yeah.
saw this post. I wish I could remember exactly what it said. But the gist of it was like, I love the parts of myself that like I hide from others, or I love the parts of myself that I don't like. Some in that
Yeah.
arena.
Yeah.
And I thought that that was like so powerful and so meaningful. And I think so along the lines of the topic
Yeah.
of resolving to evolve, because I think
Right.
true, what did you say, core acceptance,
Yeah,
DJ
well,
Will?
just
Yeah.
acceptance.
Yeah.
Being able to accept where you are.
Yeah.
You have to love the parts of you that
Yeah.
you don't
All of
like.
it.
Absolutely.
And I will
well,
be the first
you
one
have
to
to
say,
accept it.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Well, I think perfect example. So transitioning from being Mrs. DC back to not being Mrs. DC every day. I actually really like myself with very limited makeup. And so being around so many pageant people and me reverting back to who I was before I was a pageant queen, they're like, well,
Where are your
you know,
lashes?
where are your lashes?
Right.
Where is your bright lipstick? And it's like, I love that stuff to a certain point.
But you know what?
But I also love myself without it.
And I would challenge you in saying that I don't feel like you reverted. I feel like you evolved.
Absolutely. Because
You
I
evolved
evolved.
past where you were before
Yeah.
and past where you just became to who you are now. And that is something. Now, to everybody else,
Right. They
It
may
looks like
they
what
may
it-
make
think-
you.
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, I think we were out the other day. I just had lipstick on, and Jay took a photo, and I was like, "Man, that's the prettiest I felt in a long." Because it actually
feel
looked
like you.
like me.
Yeah, you feel like you.
And it wasn't me with 10 pounds of makeup and lashes
Yeah.
and lipstick.
Yeah.
It was just me.
It was just you, yeah. And that's the thing. I just think, and we could talk about this probably forever, but I do think that, if we could, I don't know, just infuse any little pearl of anything, as we kind of go into, and I know we're third of the way into this year of
Basically
2019.
halfway there. Yeah.
But as you continue to move forward, and we haven't had a moment in a little while where we took this moment, I think, on Good Things, to really kind of talk about something that is not just about what is happening around us, but what's happening inside of us, and I don't think it ever stops. I don't
Right.
care if you are 12, 22, 32, it doesn't stop. It keeps going. But, I hope that I'm evolving at 72,
Right.
because I do think that should be something that you should never shy away from.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's scary. And I think that's probably maybe the biggest part of why people tend to just go back to trying
comfortable.
trying to
Yeah.
make something work. I have my grandfather used to always say, "Why are you trying to get a new outcome from old?" He said another word, shit. So my thing is, when you think about that, it's just basically like trying to get something new to happen
Right.
by doing it the same old way.
That's right.
Over and
Yep.
over again.
If you
Right.
want to have something you never had, you have to do something you never done. So
Yep.
if you're
That's right.
doing the same stuff, don't expect a different.
Absolutely.
Evolve.
Result.
Get uncomfortable. You
Do
might
something that scares you.
Yeah.
It's my
Every
motto.
day.
you might find something really cool on the other side. You never know.
That's how we found each other.
Yeah, there you go.
I was scared shitless when she asked me to do this show.
But you know what? We hope you got a little something from that. We're gonna lighten it up when we come right back. But just check this out. We'll see you in a few.
Today, nearly 5 million people in the United States are treated for skin cancer, with 4 million new cases of non-melanoma skin cancer diagnosed each year. There are nearly 18 million people affected by keloid scarring. Sensus Healthcare is dedicated to improving the lives of those people. We believe every patient deserves a choice. That is why we offer superficial radiotherapy with the SRT 100. SRT is a painless, safe, and highly effective non-surgical skin cancer and keloid removal treatment. With clinically proven technology that has been used for more than 50 years, the SRT 100 delivers a precise, calibrated dose of superficial radiotherapy that only goes skin deep. This low dose of radiation safely destroys non-melanoma skin cancer and keloid-forming cells without destroying healthy tissue. Performed right in the doctor's office, superficial radiotherapy with the SRT 100 delivers results without the negative side effects of invasive treatments. Along with excellent cure rates that rival surgery, patients and physicians enjoy many advantages when they choose the SRT 100 as their treatment of choice.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back. So, in order to liven up the show a bit, we are going to talk about something everyone loves.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about
Okay, we'll stop singing.
sexuality.
Sexuality is an aspect of life which can be equally enriching and conditioning. Truth is, throughout history, human sexuality has been suppressed, punished, liberated, criticized, and even manipulated. Yeah. However, sexuality in the modern world is evolving very differently.
I know that's right.
Well, yeah.
With the continual release of new apps and websites, it's never been easier to meet new people. Racking up sexual encounters, recounting our latest conquests in great detail, and turning down those we didn't like upon first impression are now all the norm. But if we have all these hundreds of possibilities within our reach, then why are today's generation of youth less sexually active than that of any other period in time? How can this paradox exist?
Well, I'm going to tell you. Maybe. Well, researchers will tell you. So, and it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So, researchers attest that the reality of being continually and excessively exposed to sexual attraction, sexual feeds, interest has caused us to develop a lack of that exactly. We're getting desensitized, y'all.
That's the word I was looking for, desensitized.
And so, you know, it's overbearing and possibly destroying all of this that we have. I mean, because if you think about it, you know, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, no internet, you know, all of these things weren't.
You had to get up off your ass to see a
pay-per-view for porn
person,
you know, I mean, you had to,
Yeah.
It had to happen that way. So, you know, but it has kind of provoked a little bit of inability for us to, I think, relate to people on a genuine basis, one-on-one. And it's kind of put that, I think, at a place where, yes, like I said, we are desensitized, I guess, really to the need of having healthy, fulfilling sexual relationships, whether with a spouse or just a partner or even casually, I think. You know, I don't know.
Well, I think when you're talking about, you know, you look at somebody who is dating now, right? And they send a text message and then they hope the person reads it, or then they see the person read it, but then they didn't respond. And then it turns
too much pressure.
Right. It turns into a trifecta. And all of a sudden we've got a stage 5 clinger and nobody knows what happened.
Yeah.
And people
don't let them post on Facebook before they respond to your text or on Instagram. Or
because that's a whole nother thing. But I mean, we don't talk to people anymore. There's nobody picks up the phone and calls someone after a first date to say, hey boo, what's up?
I was gonna say to me it's just a fantasy world, right?
Yeah.
So, between internet porn, Facebook, which shows your ideal self, Instagram,
Right.
same
Instagram
thing.
models.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Snapchat
everybody
filters.
just shows their perfect sense of who they are.
Right.
But in reality, people are much more complicated.
Right.
People don't want to dive deep to really know the person. They just want to see the eye candy.
Well, and I do think that on the flip side of that, for as much as the, I guess, younger generation now is being affected by that, and they're saying that's why they are having less sex. I think it's also because they are also in a mindset of saying, I know that is not real. And so, I don't really want to, you know, try to get to know that person in that way because I don't know if I'm dealing with a real person or not. So I'll just skip it.
Well, and with the instant gratification, though, they get with someone, right? And so they see this person that was on Instagram and they looked perfect, and then they get with them and they're like, oh, they have a flaw.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
And then it's part of, as a society,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We don't accept people for who they are.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, you're pretty and you're a queen, but then, you have a zit? How did
Why?
you get that?
Right.
But I was also going to say, if folks try to enact the fantasy, right? So
That-
if you
yeah.
think life is a porn, I don't know too many people that are living that life except
Your
what's going on
life's
in your
not a
head.
porn.
Well, you know.
Well,
you're telling your business, Alana. No.
You know, I don't want to brag. But you know, for most normal people.
No, but but
what
you're
I'm
right.
saying?
And
That's so true.
and they're seeing stuff, and I'm just like, sometimes I just want to be like, you go ahead and try that and see what happens. I think there's a few like probable videos out
Yeah.
there, of people
What was
falling
the
and hurting
one
themselves.
Where the girl from the
On the
hip
shower
hop, yes,
curtain?
the shower
Yeah.
curtain.
What?
oh, my gosh.
And people were trying it in real life, and you know, shower curtains are not meant to hold human bodies up. It was a lot of problems with
Right,
those shower
and you
rods.
are not an acrobat, so
No.
therefore, but I do think that there has been this like reduction, and I do think a lot of it is
Well, but I think there's also this thing, right, where women get together, and not that men do not, because I'm sure that they do, but I'm just speaking on the women's behalf, get together and they drink wine and they complain about their husbands, and then it feeds off of, and my husband does this, and my husband does this, and then all of a sudden you've had a 2-hour bitch fest about why your
Right.
husband's the worst person in the
and
world.
then you go home and you're like, don't
Yeah.
touch me.
Don't
Yeah.
touch me.
Yeah.
Get away from me. You don't even know what we're fighting about, but I complained about
And
it
he
for
doesn't,
2 hours,
and he has
and
no
now
idea.
Yeah, and now I'm drunk, and now I really want nothing to do with you. And so I think there's
And I have a
that
headache.
too. So
Yeah.
many times, as you
Well,
can't
it's just-
even find couples anymore to go out with that like each other.
that one, that
So-
literally are just like there. And the thing, I think it's that's the communication part of it
Yeah.
too. You have, not that everybody, but yes,
No.
you do have people who don't know how to. Well, like you said, at base level, just talk to one another like
Yeah.
that,
You're
right?
absolutely
At really basic levels, but then also communicate beyond certain issues and things. And I do think that that part of it too is like a wall to be broken down.
Well, we
What's
have
so-
friends. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, kind of like with social media, like I feel like life is becoming a lot more surface level, and it's getting more difficult to
I agree.
go deeper
Yeah.
in relationships and partnerships.
That's right.
Because everybody's trying to put on this facade of like, I have to be my best self, and I
Yeah.
have to be this, and
Yeah.
society expects this, and it's
Well,
hard.
and I think that here's the deal. In my mindset, I think obviously, if you're dealing with the hurdle of having to overcome maybe not being taught or brought up in a healthy environment
Well, that's
where
the other thing, right?
right where
You're
certain
a product
things
of your parents.
Right.
You're a
Right.
product of your sibling relationships, and then we have friends of ours that have 3 adorable daughters, and it blows my mind every time I'm with them because they can actually sit and hold a conversation, all 3 of them,
the children.
the children. And I'm like, why is this an anomaly? This should
Yeah.
not be.
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
your child spoke to me, and I was like,
yeah yeah
he knows how to speak to people?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, your guys are little enough to where they still talk. But you know
but
what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
know when they're older and like
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
and that's the thing. I mean, and you have to be able to instill that in some sort of way. But a lot of people were brought up in very toxic types of
Yeah.
things that really, unfortunately, kind of damaged the way they thought about certain things or saw themselves even. And so then you start to mix in, those ideals and that the way they think about other people and how they think about themselves, and then try to relate it to what do I think about sexuality in my own and it's just a big muddled mess.
Absolutely.
So
Also, I think that people are so stimulated by their handheld devices
yeah
that talking to somebody then becomes almost
A
blasé or
distraction.
boring.
yeah it's like
Yeah.
why
You know what I'm
why
saying?
spend
Why
the
am I
time
talking? Like when my wife and I go to restaurants and stuff, I mean, we look around and all the other couples, I mean, you got one person on one device, the other
Yeah.
person,
Right.
never the twain shall meet.
yeah
So,
yeah
you know.
I'm
No,
like
I
look
was-
at me
I was so
Right.
guilty
to
of that
me.
today. We were at Chipotle, and Jay had been up and was staring at me for 5 minutes, and I was on my phone just posting something, and I was like, that was the
well, you
worst.
know what? But I think at the end of it all, whether you have, questions or if you are curious, or if you are just in a place
If
where
you think you might want to be a lesbian, try it.
well, but if you're just in a
Is
place,
that not where you were going?
No, it wasn't where I was going. But
sorry.
it doesn't matter what you are interested in. But the
If
main
you want to have a threesome.
Ask Leia. She's been talking about him.
I mean, if you're
open.
semi-attractive, but not too attractive, because I don't want my husband to like you more than me,
that's important.
call me.
And you can't wear the bow because the bow is Leia's.
It's
thing.
only for her.
Yeah, and you
but
can't have a bow.
there are some key points that we have to remember whenever we are talking about this with anyone, and including yourself, right, DJ Will?
We
Okay.
want to be respectful.
Okay.
That everybody and everyone should be respectful. Remain respectful to others.
Yeah.
And with that, good thing we'll be right back.
Okay. I'm right back.
Hi, I'm Gwen Whitaker with Green Fair Organic Cafe here in Herndon, Virginia. We are a restaurant with a purpose. Green Fair is one of 7 organic certified restaurants in the country. I opened the restaurant with the goal of allowing people to eat their way to good health with whole plant food, which is fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, and legumes. We work with local and seasonal producers of produce, so our food is going to be more nutritionally available. So Green Fair meals are free of added salt, oil, and sugar, things that get people into trouble. We actually do a 21-day Kickstart Your Health program that's done by PCRM, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. We give classes, education, and 21 days worth of meals so people can lose weight, reduce pain and inflammation, and eliminate medications. So in addition to the Kickstart, we also have lectures from doctors and nutritionists. We host documentary every month where we have dinner and a movie, and we have cooking classes. And we're trying to change the way people interact with their food through community, education, and delicious food. So come join us at Green Fair for an event and an awesome dinner.
Welcome.
Guys. Hey, real quick.
Feeling a little thirsty?
A little bit, but you know what? If you're feeling more thirsty for Good Things DC, you can find us in a few places, right?
We always have to tell you where to find us.
Of course, right.
And by
Things
we
DC.
mean
That one.
You can find us on our website, goodthingsdc.com. You can find us on Facebook at Good Things DC. You can find us on Instagram at Good Things DC. We're also on YouTube at Good Things DC Show. We're everywhere. Bitches.
Yay. And you can
Like
find
us, comment, share, tweet, text, comment, email,
message,
Instagram us.
DM.
Carry a picture.
slide on up in there. We like that.
And where can we find the man of the house?
Oh, we can find DJ Willful on Instagram at DJ Willful.
Yeah.
Show him some love. He's new to the gram.
Yeah. He's not. I don't think he has any things that tells him to get off of it like you do.
Not yet.
We'll
He's
get
not
there.
quite.
You'll
Give
get
it time,
there.
DJ
Yeah,
Willful.
you'll
Give
get
it
there.
time. We'll get there.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is starting to get hot outside.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you
Getting
know,
thirsty.
here's the thing. It's about to be summer.
Yes.
Okay, and
Cuffing season, is that what they call it? When you get booed up?
I don't know.
Y'all
Is
don't know
it?
cuffing season?
I
Or
don't
it's
know.
cuffing season when it's cold.
When it's cold,
Because
I
then
think.
everybody
Yeah,
just wants
I
to
I think
Like,
this is the
my
season
bad,
to let it
not
go.
mine.
I call that burrito season.
However, what it's about to get hot outside.
Yes.
And for some reason, some people think that the hotter it is,
Oh, shit.
are you like her?
Are you okay?
So I told them I was trying not to move because my chair squeaked.
Oh my gosh! Like this one.
And then I moved.
It's okay.
And fell off my chair.
I was like, what had happened? She was about to get swallowed up.
That's going to be a really good outtake.
It will be great.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what? I think we need to help some people out here.
Yes.
Make sure that they are not caught in the heat looking a little
Looking a little extra.
thirsty.
Extra, extra.
Yeah. And so,
These 3 married women are going to teach you how to avoid the thirst.
yes. And I think DJ Willful, you could probably weigh in
We
on
got a
couple of
hubby
these
to weigh
things,
in,
right?
too.
Try.
I mean, now let's make sure that everybody understands
What thirsty means?
what thirsty means. It is a part of kind of the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, you be out here in these streets looking real desperate. That's what thirsty means. Like, oh, stage 5 clinger. I like you so much. I'm going to be really super clingy and public about it
Feel
and
like
embarrass
that's how I am
myself.
towards Jay.
You're married.
You're
That's a
married.
different
You're supposed
situation.
to be
You can
like
be
that.
thirsty with your
You should
husband.
be
You can't be
very
thirsty with somebody
thirsty
you
when
just
you're
met.
married.
I feel like he's going to be like, you could be a little less thirsty. Yeah.
So apparently,
Yes.
dating sucks these days.
Yes, it
Can.
Not
does.
only do you have to contend with all the different apps on the market,
We just talked about that.
but you might get ghosted, benched,
true.
breadcrumbed.
I don't even know what
these
that
things
is.
mean.
I don't either. We
I
should
know
look
what
that up.
ghosted is.
What is breadcrumb?
I
Oh, they
don't
just like
know.
lead you on and then
Droplets.
oh,
Yeah.
they like give you
Drop the
just a
breadcrumb.
little.
Oh,
Gotcha.
girl, you're so pretty.
All right,
then
all
ghosts
right.
you, then gives you another.
Interesting.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it
gosh.
can leave you this close to like I was earlier
Yeah.
in the show, going on Facebook, going live, and telling all your business. Don't do that.
We
though.
don't want
We'll
you to
tell
do that.
why you
Actually,
shouldn't.
please do that, but please tell me what happens when you change your relationship status because I don't like feeling left out.
No.
Right, if you're gonna tell all your business and then just get single and don't post what happened, like where did he go, sis?
Okay.
What happened?
This is
Yeah.
why, and this is the problem, though. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it is no wonder that some of us get desperate
no.
when it feels like we've matched up with someone who could potentially be a soulmate or maybe like a quickie or maybe a Netflix and chill mate.
A buddy.
So we double
Back in
text.
our day,
And
right,
then
DJ Will?
We triple
A
text.
buddy. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
FWB?
And then
Friend
we
with
send a
benefits.
dick pic, and nobody wants a dick pic better.
No.
Random dick pics are the worst.
Not okay.
I don't want a dick pic, please.
No.
You gotta send a warning before you send a
Please,
dick
no,
pic.
no
Like,
dick pics over
my
here.
meat's coming.
I'm
Watch
positive-
out.
I'm pretty positive I sent dick pics to Jay.
You sent dick pics to me.
I've sent dick pics to everyone. Yeah, to my mom.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
If there's like a hurricane, just know that it's probably, and I'm sending you a weather update, it's probably a dick.
Just don't open
Don't
your text
open it.
messages from Leia around your children because it's gonna be a penis brownie.
like Kelly.
I did make penis brownies for Jay for Valentine's Day. I'm a romantic.
Oh, and she sent us pictures of them.
Yeah,
See?
I'm a romantic.
So,
my
well, and the
gosh.
thing is that you know what happens after that. You know, I mean, here's the thing: when you do that, dick pic, tit pic, doesn't matter what it
Tit
is,
pic.
whatever you're
Have
sending.
you seen those things where it's like a real close up and like it looks like cleavage and then they pan out and it's like a butt crack?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I love stuff
Rid-
like that.
Because she's on
You
Instagram
can
all the
send
time.
me that stuff.
No.
I like
but
it.
this is the problem. When you do stuff like that, that person that you are crushing on and really trying to get to, you're setting yourself up already. Okay? So don't do it because it's not something that is going to get you into boo or bae status at any point in time, anytime soon.
You gotta
so
have a little mystery.
yeah,
Don't
9
give it
times out of
all
10,
away.
you're going to be blocked by them on the phone and messages, DMs, profiles, Facebook,
They'll
Instagram,
change their
wherever.
number.
Unless you're like 1/15 of the population, like myself and my husband, we're just gross. Like we were gross
but-
from the beginning.
Hitch word. You're married.
No,
Well, you
no,
already
we
got
were
'em.
we
If
were
it's-
gross from
If
day
it's
one.
mutual,
But it's
so
mutual.
thirsty. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
thirsty.
mutual.
There's an
Yes.
implication that there is one party that is overly
Yes.
and excessively
If it's both of you, it's
interested.
fine.
Yes. Yeah.
over and beyond
Right.
what is
one
being
person is trying
reciprocated.
to get the attention of another person or everybody if you are in host status. But you know, it
Hey
just,
hoes,
I don't know
we
why.
love y'all too.
I don't know why I instantly looked at you with your damn hoop earrings over there. Host status.
You know,
but
That's
nothing
normal.
wrong with a little hope.
We're gonna
behavior
give you-
every once in a while.
you
I
need
could
a little
never do anything.
behavior.
Look at my outfit.
Miss Maisels, you got some host stories. I know you do.
Well,
She got arrested. You guys need to watch the
this
show.
is true. This is true. Well, we have a few tips, right?
Yes, we do.
We're going to help you avoid the thirst.
Yes.
This thing, and please take this time. And it doesn't really matter the age because I have seen thirsty across the board.
Yeah, and you got to remember, like in relationships
Yeah,
and just in
yeah.
life, like
Old
you
thirsty.
can't control
Yeah.
what other people do, but you can always control what you do.
Absolutely.
So we got some do's and don'ts, right?
Yes, we have some do's and don'ts.
Okay,
All right.
let's get to it.
Open your ears up. We will post this.
Get out
but
your notepads. You take notes on
We're
your
going
phone.
to go through
open
this
the
real
notes
quick
app,
because most of this should be common sense.
screenshot
Super
us.
easy.
Okay. All right. So the first thing, I'll kick it off.
Okay.
Do not start messaging a new interest, a person, too much, too soon. You should not be sending 35 text messages in a day just to be like, hey, how you doing? Wanted to say hi.
Unless
And you
it's
just
a
met
threat.
them
Who was
yesterday.
that girl who like got arrested and had a
Yeah. And then was like,
She sent him like what thousands of
Yeah,
text
and
messages
then was like,
after the
he's still
first
the-
date.
yes.
65,000.
Yeah. And then was like, he's going to marry
Don't
me.
be her.
Don't be her.
mean,
No.
I mean,
Moving on. No,
Love's a
there's
good
no I
crazy.
mean.
I mean, I love
Leia
a
is
good
thirsty
crazy.
as
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
no. Moving on. Don't do that.
AKA call me.
No, no.
Okay.
You're
You want to go next?
Go.
No, because I'll do this one because this is something you
Yes.
would want to do. Don't friend all the social media pages of his or her friends and their family. Like, don't infiltrate the circle
No.
immediately.
Before you know,
Like, don't be Facebook stalking. Like, oh, that's his
I'm
mom. I'm
the
gonna add his
person
mom. I'm
who-
gonna add his brother. I'm gonna add
his
his
sister,
Got
cousin.
his ex-girlfriend. I want to see what she's doing. Like, just
If you Facebook friend me,
Slow down.
like I have like a certain amount of time that has to go by before I accept you.
Yeah.
Because I got to really think about it.
See? All right.
yes,
Go.
discernment.
Number 3, do not set up a second date while you're on the first date unless they ask first. Then I think it's okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, this is more about when you set up a second date, more so because you like the person has asked you out, and then you say, "Oh, okay," and then you know what? After we do that, we can go do.
like before the date has
Before
even
it has
happened,
even happened.
before it has progressed to the
Yes,
point where you
no.
have
You should
felt
come to
the
my cousin's
energy.
bar mitzvah in July.
Right.
'Cause
I'm
we're
going
gonna
to a
be
wedding in
together.
August, and
That's
I'd love to take
thirsty.
you. So
Yes.
I'll see you Thursday for our first date. Okay?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
All right, next.
Oh, your cousin's a makeup
Number
artist?
4.
This would be Britt. Is she good?
I'm coming.
She do brown people? Britt would be
Number
like, sign
4.
me up.
Oh my gosh. Do understand what a one night stand? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to leave after the one night stand.
And
Never
which-
call.
you gotta
Which,
be
which
real
goes to the very
careful.
next topic.
Do not
Giving it
linger
away.
around their house when it's time to leave in the morning. I mean,
Or anytime.
truthfully, most of you are drunk if you had a one night stand, so you need to get out of there real quick before they see what you really look like, because some of y'all look
Do the walk of shame
nasty, like gross.
immediately.
Yeah.
You know what? But hold your head high. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
No,
Get
I
your
mean-
hoe on, girl.
Yeah.
It's all
Or
right.
boy.
Or boy.
Or
All
boy.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
DJ Will's like,
Do
I'm never
not,
judgment.
do not start talking marriage before you are actually in a but again, this is a mutual thing. Like, don't go on your first date and be like, I just knew I was gonna marry somebody like you. Don't do that.
And he's like, no.
Or she.
How much money you make? What's your social security number?
Yeah, don't do that.
What's your credit score?
All right.
Don't refer to them as like wifey or hubby.
Not even
Boo.
bae
Boo.
yet.
Those
Hey,
kind of
boo.
things.
Give it a
Like,
minute.
Slow up.
Mutuality is important.
Oh, this is Britt.
Yeah.
She does this to me like every day.
Don't-
Don't be the first one to like every single post they make every single
Don't do
time.
that.
You should look at my Instagram and my Facebook. She's
You
the
have
first
to
one.
support your friends. That's
No.
not thirsty. That's supporting your friends.
You're a
and
thirsty
thank you,
person.
Mom,
Igor, you
for
got
being
some
that
thirsty.
person for
you
me.
know about okay. You know about the thirsty thing? Have you experienced some thirsty stuff? No.
On the other side.
Okay.
Of course.
Oh, well, yeah. Y'all.
Our producer's
You
like
should
a little
see him.
Russian
Yeah,
mafia.
he's pretty cute.
He's pretty
Right.
handsome. He's got that beard going. He's great.
All right. 2 more.
Don't tag. Don't send. Oh,
Yes, we
no
just talked
dick
about this.
pics, no tit pics, no clip
No
pics,
inappropriate photos.
nothing.
I don't like this list. This is a terrible
The
list.
thing about that is like
Again,
this stuff lives forever, and
Yes, it
mutual.
you
does.
don't know the person. Like, why would you trust them with your nakedness?
right. The next minute, you're gonna be in Times Square, all up on
You're
the
gonna be
board.
all over Instagram.
You don't-
Your granny's gonna see your goods, and she's gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah.
The greatest is we were sitting on New Year's, which is, Jay and I's anniversary.
Yeah.
And all the guys were sending tit pics. And I was like, send them tit pics and tell them it's mine. Because my brother was on the group text. They all fell for it. My brother was like, I'm scarred for life. And Jay goes, but clearly her tits were the best. So,
Best.
yeah, don't
That's
do that.
Best
horrible.
scam ever.
That's
But
horrible.
But it
I
was
love
the
it.
best. It was
That
hilarious.
was hilarious. Well, the
We told
last
them
one
eventually.
is, and this is important, guys, girls, whoever you are, I stand on this. Don't agree to be the side piece. That's thirsty.
I do have a side piece, though. His name is Sam.
But the thing is that that's an agreed upon side piece. Don't you know, or he knows he's the side piece.
So does my husband.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
but
fine
see-
with it.
Well, I think you're referring to like I know he's married, but
Right.
like I
Oh,
just
yeah,
know he's
okay.
gonna
Please
leave
don't
me.
do
that. Right.
And, like I'm just gonna keep
Right.
loving him right.
It's okay, and one day we gonna be together.
No. you
Or
will
if
not.
you are the guy and you're being that stalker mode, and you're like, but I'm gonna have her. Don't do that.
No, you won't.
No, don't do that.
Unless you're on Empire, then you might.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get everybody that I think they won't get on Empire.
Well, I hope you guys got a few tips about not being thirsty, because this is important. It's about to get hot outside. We're going to put all these up
Look at
for
that
you.
man's tongue.
He's
trying to get
thirsty.
That,
So
he is
thirsty.
thirsty. And that's just one little drop. Like that's
I mean-
the perfect depiction of thirst. I love it.
Don't
I
do
just
that.
like his tongue. That's
Of
He
course
can
she
do
does.
things.
Maybe
Yeah.
or not,
mad.
or
Or
not,
not.
or not.
I would test it out. I'm not mad.
Well, you know what?
He is a white guy.
As always, we have so much fun here. You know, DJ Willful,
Yes.
thank you for gracing us every week,
Oh, thank you all for having
being the
me.
man of the house. Igor, producer back there, thank you. You know,
Appreciate you putting up with our shit and me falling off of chairs.
but you know what? Before we leave, of course, we have a lot to be thankful for, and we hope
Always.
you guys do too. And but we want you to go out in the week, right? Have a great week. Enjoy it. Be productive.
Maybe
and-
not. Maybe don't be
Or
productive.
don't be productive, but enjoy it, right? We got to
Enjoy
enjoy
it,
it.
yeah.
At the end of it. And as always,
Love one another.
Always be kind.
and do good things. We thank you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
We love you.
You can play the thank you video.
Up and down, I'm going round. It's awesome. I might get down, you might not drown. You might just fly away. You might just fly with me. Hang out, then you gon' see that I can set you free. Your way, your way, your way.
Call me the Police Ninja. Beauty lies within, I wanna see what's in ya. Hermit tucked between the Ferragamo. The hustle is all I know, the only thing I got time for. Let me get your finest table dancer. Thinking I should take you home and let your mans pay the ransom. Light a candle for them haters. We about to kill them by the empty all the bottles, all the cups, we about to fill